Yeah, guys. So all users UID or GID starts from 1000 by default. So 1000 by default. So how many users we can create, guys? We can create. One second. So this is our Linux server. So we can create how many users? So 60,000 users we can create, right? 60,000 users we can create, but 0 to 999 uses system related users. Which users, guys? So system related users. So 0 to 999 we can use system related users. So from 1000 onwards, from 1000 onwards, a normal user UID and GID assigned. Okay, so AUID GID assigned how much? From 1000 onwards. A normal user UID GID is assigned from 1000 onwards. Guys, understood? So we have a two types of users. What are those, guys? Admin and non-admin users. What is admin user? What is non-admin user? Yesterday I already discussed, guys. What is admin user? Admin and non-admin user. Who is non-admin user? Yes, who is non-admin user? So non-admin users are something like Hari, Habibun, Prasanna Kumar, PK, or Gopi. Right? These all are the normal users. So who is the admin user? Root is the admin user. Okay. So admin user UID GID is root user UID and GID is 0. So the first UID GID assigned to 0. So and remaining from 1 to 999 system related users. So from the 1000 onwards. So a normal the UID starts from by 1000 onwards. For example, Hari 1000, Habibun 1001. So for example, PK 1002, the UID. So Gopi 1003. Guys, so this is the UID assigned. So Hari we can use. So Hari used the Hari assigned the UID 1000, Habibun 1001, PK 1002, Gopi 103. Guys, this is the normal non-admin users UID. So guys, understood? Yeah. So UID is nothing but a user ID, JID is nothing but a group ID. So both. So UID, GIDs are 60,000 we can use. So 0 to 999 is system itself uses. 0 is the root, which is so without root, all the system related users are in has been no login shell system. Has been no login shell means there is no interaction on the mission system. So guys, you understand this one, I will tell you. Okay, has been no login. So 1000 to 60,000, all general users. So for an user account, primary group is mandatory. What is that, guys? Primary group is mandatory. What is group? I already told you, right? So the group. What is a group, guys? A general meaning of a group. What is the general meaning of group?
Number
Sorry,
of
Yes,
primary
very good. Number of people.
people.
So what is that? For example, DevOps group. Which group, guys? DevOps groups. These groups, how many people are working in the DevOps group, guys? For example, 3 people are working in the DevOps group. Who is that, guys? Kirti and Abibun. So Abibun, I don't know your spelling. So if it is wrong, don't mind you. Okay. So PK, for example, Prasanna Kumar. These three people are belongs to DevOps group. Okay. This is cloud engineer group. What this group is? This group is cloud engineer group, and how many people are there in this group? We have only two people. So one is Ramki, second one is Ravi. For example, guys. Okay. So other group is Linux engineer group, for example. What this group is? This group is Linux engineer group. So what this group is? This is a Linux engineer group. In the Linux engineer group, who is working? For example, only one guy is working. That guy is Hari. What is that? Hari is working. Guys, now in this group, Linux, the DevOps group, how many people are working? Three people are
Three.
working. Engineering group, two people are working. So the cloud engineer, two people are working. Linux engineering, only one
One.
people is working. Okay. So whatever the permissions we are provided to the DevOps group, right? That permissions are whatever the permissions are assigned to the DevOps group. So who are there in that DevOps group? Those people are also getting the same permissions as a group permissions. Same like as a group permissions. Cloud engineer also same. Linux engineer also same. Okay. If you provide any access to the group, so whatever the people are there in that group, the people also get the same permissions. Whatever the permissions have the group. Guys, understood now? So for giving a individual permissions, so we will create a group and we will give it that to group. Whoever adding that group, right? That same permissions will be whatever the permissions are there in the DevOps group. That same permissions will be assigned to the normal people who are adding to this DevOps group. Guys, understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay. So for example, so the user, who is the user? Uh, the user is Hari. Hari is the user. So Hari primary group, primary primary group is Linux engineering. Okay, Linux ENG. His primary group is Linux ENG. Okay, and the secondary group is something like a DevOps and Cloud ENG. Means so Hari user is related to Linux engineering group. Primary group is Linux engineering. So any user having only one primary, and he can have n number of secondary groups. N number
Yes.
of secondary groups. Okay. So what are the permissions Hari user having? So Linux engineering permissions will have the same like as a he is belongs to
DevOps.
the DevOps group and cloud engineer. Whatever the permissions are in the cloud engineering, whatever the permissions are in the DevOps engineering, those permissions also having the Hari user. Guys, now you understood? So the primary group and the secondary group. So every user having only one primary group, and we can assign it to the n number of secondary groups. Guys, understood? Now you understood group. What is group?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
good.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So for a user account, primary group is mandatory. Primary group is mandatory. So what is the primary group? Maybe it may be, for example, what is this? User is Kirti. Kirti user created. User is created, but not assigned, but not assigned to any group. If the group is, if the if the group not assigned, so herself herself behaves as a primary group. Herself behaves as a primary group. Guys, understood? So if Kirti is not belongs to any group, Kirti is not assigned to any primary group, so himself behaves as a primary group. Then himself behaves as a primary group means Kirti created, Kirti user created in Kirti user created in the user profile. So user profile as well as group profile also. Group user created created as normal user and 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 it will create the group user. It will create the group user as normal user. Okay. Here you see. So for a user account, primary group is mandatory. If you are not assigning to any group, user himself behaves as a group. User himself behaves as a group. Guys, now you understood? If you are not assigning to any group, user himself behaves as a group. So how to add the group add to create a system group for a user? It may be a primary group or a secondary group, and all groups information available in the /etc group. The groups information. Who will create the group? Our only. So how you create the group? How you can create group add? What is the command, guys? Group add is the command to create the group for a user. It may be a primary group or a secondary group, and all groups information available in /etc group. So syntax group add group name. What is the syntax, guys? Syntax is group add group name. Group add Linux engineer. So what is the group name, guys? Linux engineer. Group add options. You can use without option and options also. So -G is nothing but a group ID. What is that, guys? Group ID. So GID. What is that? So what is -G is nothing but a GID is nothing but a group ID. Okay. So if you want to specify a particular group ID, you can use the -G symbol. You guys understood? Yeah, I will create in the Linux engineer group, in the Linux system, but you guys can listen now. I will create the practical. Okay, I will show the practicals. Group add -G 2025 developer. I want to give a specific group ID to a particular user. Group user, you can use the -G. So group add-G 2020 developers. Group add-G 4040 cloud engineers. These all are the group add. Group add. So user add. So what is user add, guys? What is user add? So user add is nothing but a to create the new user account. So as of now, you logged in as a which user, guys? As of now, you logged in as a which user? Gopi, you are logged in as a which user? While you are practicing, right?
I still now I'm root user only.
Yeah, you are logged in as a root user. So root user is the
So,
admin user. Root user is the admin user. Guys, remember this. So in the real time, in the real time, mostly you will not log into the root user directly. You will not log into the root user directly because of so something like how many people are working in the Linux? For example, three people are working in the Linux environment, Linux engineer. So the three people are using only root account. Three people are using only root account, and so we cannot figure it out. Something like someone is deleted accidentally. Someone is deleted accidentally, and he will be sitting in silent mode. He cannot telling like that I'm deleting the this folders. Not, so we want to figure out who deleted the data. So right, if you logged in as a Abibun user, logged in as a Gopi user, logged in as a PK user. Once you logged in as a normal user, then switch it to the root. Then they will find out. Oh, so this Gopi is logged in this time, and he logged in and he did these commands. He executed these the below commands. We can figure out like that. So without normal username, we cannot log in as a root user. Guys, understood? Okay. Yeah, something like to create a user account. What is that? So create a user. How you can create the user, guys? What is the command to create a user, guys? What is the command? User add. User add is the command to create the user. To create a new user account, you can use the user add options username. To create a new user account, user add options, user name. What are the options, guys? The options are -u, -g, capital G, -d, -c, -s. Guys, these all are the options. What is -u? -u is nothing but a UID. If you want to give a specific UID to a particular user, you can use the UID. If you want to if you want to assign a primary group to the particular user, you can use small g. If you want to, if you want to provide a number of groups, number of user groups, number of your groups, so you can use the secondary group capital G. D is nothing but a home directory. Guys, D is nothing but a home directory. C is nothing but a comment. S is nothing but a shell. Nothing but a shell. What is shell? You already know, right? Shell. So whenever you create a user, the user details are, whenever you create a user, the user details, whenever you create a user, the user details are going to store under /etc password. Where the, so where the user details are stored, the user data, whenever the user is created, Gopi user, Hari user, Abiban user, whenever the user created, right, that it will show it under the /etc password file. That will show it under the /etc password file, database file. User passwords are going to store under /etc shadow. The user information will be provided in the /etc password. The password information will show it under the /etc shadow. /etc shadow will show the user password information. /etc passwd, it's a user information. Guys, user information. Guys, understood?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So what is the shell, guys? You already know the shell. What is a shell, guys? What is a shell? Guys, in layman language, what is a shell, guys? Where we are executing our commands. Gopi, so where you are executing your commands?
I'm executing at root only, sir.
Yeah, root only. But what is that black screen? The black screen is a shell, right?
Bash.
Yeah, bash. Bash is nothing but a born again shell. So what is a shell? A shell is used to interact with the system. If you want to interact with the Linux system, is used to interact with the system. Okay. To know how many shells are available. How many shells are available? /etc shells. /etc shells is used to interact with the system. Is used to interact with the system to know how many shells are available. /etc shell. Okay. So what are the shells, guys? Bin sh, bin sh. Okay. bin bash is the default shell for all Linux, Unix, all Linux Unix OS. Okay. Bin bash is the default shell for all Unix and Linux. Okay. Next, sbin no login. Sbin no login is a special cell. What is that, guys? Is a special cell. Yeah. So something like zero is the root user. Without root, all the system related users are. All the system related users are from 1 to 999. So those are has been no login. Shell means there is no interaction on the mission. I will show you guys. I will show you, no worries. Okay. Now you understood what is has been no login. Has been no login is a special cell which is no interaction on the Linux cell. Just it will not interact with the system. Just it will run the service only. Okay. So 1000 to 60,000 general purpose users, right? So what is a shell? So shell is used to interact with the system. To know how many shells are available, slash it is shell. Bin message, bin bash is the default shell for all Linux Unix user. Has been no login is a special cell. What is that? Has been no login is a special cell which gives uh, which gives no interaction with the system. Which gives no interaction with the system. Generally, all service user accounts are assigned with no login shells. Assigned with no login shells. Bin sh. Bin bash is the default shell for all Linux Unix. So has been no login. What is that? Has been no login is a special cell which gives the no interaction with the system. Generally, all service user accounts are assigned with no login shells. All service users. So what are the service users? For example, HTTPD service. Whenever you install a service, right? So HTTPD service, so Samba service, Postfix service, examples. So examples, Samba, Postfix, HTTPD, or DNS, DHCP, so etc. These all are the services. What this? These all are the Samba Postfix. These services having doesn't have the access. It created the it created it created the username, but that user doesn't have the login permission. Login permission is nothing but has been no login. Has been no login. Guys understood? Has been no login. Guys, now you understood what is has been no login? You guys understood or not? Guys, respond, guys.
So tell
Okay.
me once again.
Yeah.
This one.
Sorry.
This one. Tell me once again, sir.
Yeah. So what is has been no login? Has been no login is a so bin bash, right? What this is echo dollar shell. What is that? Echo dollar shell. So what this is This is a bin bash. So you logged in as a root user. You logged in to the root user and you get the bin bash. So if you have the cat/etc passwd. So this is the password information. The password information will be available under the cat/etc passwd. The root user having bin bash, bin user having has been no login, has been no login. So mail user having has been no login, shutdown has been no login. So these all are the users. EC2 instance has been no login. Okay, postfix has been no login. So NFS body has been no login. Crony has been no login. So TCP dump has been no login. Okay. So these all are the system related users. System related users are there is no has been no login. So there is a has been no login. If you want to access the server, you need a bin bash. What is the shell prompt you need, guys? Bin bash. Why bin bash? Linux uses the bin bash. Like in Linux uses the bin bash. That's the reason. Okay. So we are telling bin bash. Guys, understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the system related information will be available under the /etc password. A normal the group information will be available under which service, guys? The group information will be available under the cat /etc shadow. Shadow is the password. cat/etc group. The group information will be available under the /etc. The normal user information will be available under the /etc/home. Guys, /home. Okay. So for example, what is this, guys? Shit. Okay. So grep no login. Guys, one check. Yeah, guys. So has been no login. Has been no login /etc pass wd. So what it will show to see the users list with no login shells. So no login shells. These whoever having the usernames, but these users are not able to log into the server because of these users having the has been no login. These users are having the has been no login. Okay. So understood? So echo dollar shell. Echo dollar shell say bin bash. Okay. So the echo dollar shell is nothing but a bin bash. So which shell you are using? So bash shelling. Bash is the default shell. Okay. Now we understood how to create the user. Okay. How to create the user. How to create, guys? User add. Hurry. User add -u 1010. So something like Habib. User add -u 1020 hyphen G, DevOps, hyphen capital G, Linux ENG. Okay. So Gopi. Okay. Useradd hyphen yes PK useradd hyphen SPK has been no login no login user add what is that guys hyphen C is nothing but a comment. So this is a normal user is a normal user comment something like what is the user file. Guys understood? So you want to specify a group or you want to specify the groups normal primary group, secondary group and has been no login and this is the comment. Okay. So comment shell hyphen s shell home directory, secondary directory, primary directory and UID. UID. Guys understood? Yes,
Yeah.
very
Yes.
good. Now how to assign password for the how to assign password for the user account. How to assign password for the user account. How to assign, guys? Now you understood how to create the user. How to create the user. How to set the password for the user. How to set the password, guys? Password you can set by using if you are logged in as a root user, and wants to change the root user password. How to change the root user password, guys? The command is passwd root. So passwd root. You will provide the new password, and confirm password. Okay, confirm password. So what is the syntax? Passwd username. Passwd hurry new password. Okay, it will set the password for the new password. Confirm password. New password. Confirm password. So password also having the options. What is the password also having the options? Sync passwd options username. What is the options, guys? The options are -l log the password. -u -u unlock the password. -d delete the password. -s status. -s is nothing but a status. Password also having the options. One is lock the password, unlock the password, delete the password, and status. The password status. Okay. What is that, guys? Password status. Okay. So password options, username, lock the password, -l is nothing but a lock the password, -u is nothing but a unlock the password, -d is nothing but a delete the password, -s is nothing but a status the password. The password options. Okay. So what is the next command, guys? Okay. So example, what is the example? User add user one. So the example is user add -u 5050 user 2. User add, I'm giving the password. Okay. User add -g Linux eng and capital G DevOps user 3. Okay. What is user 4? User add -g Linux eng -s sbin no login user 6. Okay. User add -s sbin no login sbin user 4, guys. This user 4 is nothing but a is only providing the Linux engineer, and this is only provide the capital G. Capital G is nothing but a DevOps user 5. Next, user add -s has been no login user 6. Okay, user 6 having the has been no login. User add -c. -c is nothing but a comment. So for example, FTP user. This is user is the FTP user -s has been no login user 7. Okay, guys, understood? User add user 1, user add user -u provided the UID. So provided a primary group and secondary group. Here you provided only primary group. Here you provided only secondary group. Here you provided has been no login, and you provided FTP user. So what is has been no login, guys? I will show you today. Root, Red Hat. Okay, what is that? User add user 1. What is that? User add user 1. User add -u 50. What is that, guys? 5050 user 2. User add -g Linux eng capital G DevOps user 3. User 3. User add -g Linux eng DevOps. Linux eng does not exist. DevOps. Yeah. So group add group name Linux eng group add -g so 22333. Okay, DevOps. Okay, here you use the -g is the Linux engineering group, -g capital G is the DevOps. Okay, next user add -s has been no login user 6, for example, guys. So has been no login user 6, or user add -s has been no login Gopi. I'm giving a Gopi user as a no login user, and we are setting the password for the passwd Gopi. What is that? we are setting the password for the Gopi user. What is that? Red hat. Password is red hat. Sorry, red hat, red hat. Okay. So what is the user password? We set the password for the Gopi and we assign a has been no login. Let's check it, guys. grep hyphen grep hyphen I, the double quotes you can set Gopi pipe or it's cat slash etc passwd pipe grep hyphen I Gopi hyphen I Gopi. Okay. Yeah. We set the password for the Gopi and the Gopi having the has been no login. Has been no login. Okay, now I am trying to connect with Gopi. Password is red hat. You see guys, able to access or something like user add Habib. Habibun, right? And passwd Habib red hat red hat. Okay. So duplicate session. You see. So I'm trying to connect with Happy and what is the password? Red hat. So Habibi is able to access the server, but Gopi is not able to access the server. So what is the issue, guys? Gopi having has been no login. Habib been having bin bash. So if you have the bin bash, then you can able to access the server. If you have the bin bash, you're able to access the server. One second. Okay. So why? Because of we've been having the bin bash. We've been having the bin bash. If you have the bin bash, then only we can access the server. If you have the SBIN no login, or you are unable to access the server. Okay. Because of you have the SBIN no login access. So Abibin has the bin bash access. Guys, understood? Guys,
Yeah, yes, Anna.
Yes, sir.
very good. So what are the fields in the what are the fields in the where is this guys? Yeah. So what are the fields in the what are the fields in the slash etc password and what are the fields in the slash etc shadow? What is the fields in the slash etc cat slash etc passwd? So for example, Habib. What is the field, guys? What this field is? What is this? This is 1 and X is nothing but a password. So 3 is nothing but a user ID. 4 is nothing but a group ID. Okay. So 5 is nothing but so user ID info. 6 is nothing but a home directory. 7 is nothing but a 7 is nothing but what is that 7 guys? Shell prompt. Shell, right? Yeah. So what is this guys? What these are? So what is the first guys? First one is username. So what is the username guys? It is used when users login. So what is the second one? Second one is X password. What is that guys? Second one is the password. An X characters indicates that encrypted password is stored in /etc shadow file. Okay. And next character is indicates that encrypted password is stored in /etc shadow file. So what is the third one, guys? Third one is user. Third one is user ID. What is user ID, guys? UID. What is the UID, guys? 5054. 5054 is the user ID. So what is the fourth one? So fourth one is group ID. Group ID is nothing but a GID. GID. What is the GID, guys? GID also 5054. Why both are same? So if you are not providing any group information, user itself behaves as a so here Habib. So user Habib itself behaves as a behaves as a group behaves as a group. So that's the reason. That's the reason. That's the reason both UID and GID are same. UID and GID are same. Guys, understood? Yeah.
Yes,
What
sir.
is that next, guys? Next is so fifth. What is the fifth? User info. So what is the user info, guys? User info is the comment field. This is comment field. So user info is nothing but a comment field. This comment field is the comment field and it allow you to add extra information about the users such as users full name, phone number, etc. Full name, phone number, etc. What is 6, guys? 6 is nothing but a guys. What is 6? This is the slash home. What is slash home? Users home directory. So users home directory will be created under the this is the Abby is logged in. Duplicate session. Abby red hat. Okay. PWD. What is the command? PWD. So PWD, right? Okay. So home Abby. Home Abby is the what is the home Abby, guys? Home Abby is the home directory for the so this is the home directory, which is nothing but a home directory. That is /home heavy. Okay. What is the seventh one? Seventh one is nothing but a shell. So if you have the bin bash If you have the bin bash, then only you can able to log in to the server. Otherwise, it will not accept. It will not log into the server. It will not log into the server. Guys, understood? So shell. So what is shell? Something like if you have a bin bash able to access the server. Has been no login. Has been no login. Okay. So what this is, not able to access the server. Guys, understood? So this is nothing but a fields in the /etc passwd. /etc passwd is nothing but a user information. So tomorrow we'll show you the group something like the password information, and we'll discuss the right, we have a user add. So we discussed about the user add. I want to modify the user. How you can modify? You can modify by using the user mod. You want to delete the user del. Okay. And chase. I want to change the password age. So we'll discuss tomorrow, guys. So, okay. So we'll discuss tomorrow user mod, user del, and change command, and so then we'll start file system hierarchy. File system hierarchy. Okay. So sorry, file permissions types. So file and directory permissions we'll discuss. Okay. So Monday we'll discuss these things, and then we'll start after that we'll start the disk partition. Once the disk partition is completed, we'll discuss the yum. Then deploy Tomcat, Apache applications. Which applications? Real-time applications. Deploy Tomcat or real-time applications on Linux server. Okay. Linux server. Then we'll close up this Linux. Then we'll start the cloud, guys. Okay. Okay, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Thank you, guys. We'll continue from Monday.